heavyweight contest. Firstly, I'm introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the purple trunks and weighed in at 12 stone and 10 pounds. Taking part in his 32nd professional contest, he's from Llandudbury. Would you please welcome Robert Peel?
Yes, not the best record of all time.
And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the green trunks and weighed in at 12 stone, 6 3/4 pounds. Brings a 25-fight record, 23 wins, 18 by way of knockout, only 2 defeats. He's the former WBO Intercontinental Super Middleweight Champion from West Ham, Mark
Delaney, a fearsome puncher trying to resurrect a career which looks to be so strong.
In charge of the action is Dave Parris. This is 6 3-minute rounds.
You both know the rules, boys. Punching them at the part of the glove. If one of you goes down, the other go to the furthest to the corner. Break when I tell you to. Defend yourself at all times. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Now's not the time to make a cup of tea. Watch out for Mark Delaney. He has 4 first-round wins, 4 in the second round, 4 in the third, and 5 in the fourth. He likes to get things over quickly, and he might well here against Robert Peel. This is going to be tough for Peel. The big question is how ring rusty is Delaney after 15 months out?
Well, he'll be pretty ring rusty. 15 months is a long time. But what happens here, you see his opponent, you see his fight record. He's had 4 wins out of 31 fights, so therefore somebody brought in not to test you, but just to give you a few rounds of the real McCoy. That's what it's all about. And I would say it could possibly be over in the first or second round, but just depending on how ring rusty Delaney is.
Turned pro in 93, did Delaney. Had 21 straight wins before he challenged for the British title and the indomitable Joe Calzaghe. He was beaten up by Calzaghe in 5, but he is one heck of a fighter.
Oh, yes. But you can see Delaney's a bit ring rusty, you know. As I said earlier on, or tonight, the only way to get rid of your ring rustiness is to spar hard. When you're out for a long time, when you're an actor for a long time, you have to spar, and spar like it's a fight, treat it like a fight each time, and that's how you get rid of your ring rustiness. Well, that's how you get rid of most of it. Everybody will still be a tad ring rusty, but to get rid of the most of it, you have to spar really, really, really hard, or else it's going to be there for 3 or 4 fights if you don't. And I can spot it here right away. As timing's out, and he just doesn't seem to be any real piff in his punches. Like he just, everything's just not there. It could take 2 or 3 rounds before everything's back.
Coming up well is Peel. Taking 1 or 2 and taking them well, but for the most part covering up.
Sometimes after a long layoff, you never get back. You know, that's just bang, that's it, war over, good night, you're finished. Long layoffs in boxing, it's one of the only sports where a long layoff can ruin you completely. You know, if you have long layoffs in football or snooker, you know, those easier sports, those less, ones with less contact, you can get back in right away, but boxing is totally different.
It's timing.
It's timing, yep. And it's fitness. You don't, when you haven't been sparring hard, you haven't been training at all, your fitness, you don't really know how fit you are until bang, you get into the fight. If you're sparring, you're not sparring hard. You get into the fight 2 or 3 rounds and bang, you blew up. Say what happens? I thought I trained hard.
Good shots at the end of the round. Delaney's round, but perhaps he didn't get the damage inflicted on Peel that he was looking for. But he knows it'll take a bit of time.
He didn't connect with something there damaging at all. There's a bit of good work here at the end of the round, but nothing. A lot of the punches landed on the gloves. One half-decent punch out of the body, but came around too far. But that's to be expected. You can't expect great things after a 15-month layoff. You take your time, get back and go with the flow. Sometimes we expect too much of our fighters, which is wrong, you know. To give people time to get back in.
Twice fought Barry Thorogood for the Welsh light heavyweight title. And then in 95 took a couple of years out, did Peel. Returned in 97 and had 7 straight losses in his comeback. So into round 2 of this 6-rounder. Mark Delaney from West Ham in the green shorts. Robert Peel from Llandovery in the purple.
I've worked in a few of Delaney's fights, and he's definitely not the man that I commented on in his last fight. He seems to be so much slower and no timing, as I say. Well, that's ring rustness and everything else, but he just, sometimes you think, will he get it back? You know.
Just a nick under the right cheek of Robert Peel, nothing too disastrous.
And ring rusty or not, like the calibre opponent that Delaney is in comparison to Peel, he should have him out there. Ring rusty or not, he should have him out there. And in theory, he should have, you know. He's making very hard work of a very, very, very ordinary opponent. Oh yeah, nice left hook.
Good shot. Oh, cheeky Appeal waving him on. He want to do that.
I don't understand these fighters. Like, punches aren't vitamins, you know, and the more you take, the worse they are for you. The less you take, the better for you. You don't want to be, come on,
yeah,
give me another one.
He took a few there. You've got to love the game, but not that much. He's a tough guy, though, Peel.
He's very durable. He's what you call in the game a journeyman. Somebody who'll give you a bit of a test, but not do anything too damaging to you.
Yeah, he's been in with some good fighters. Adrian Dodson, who we've just seen, Ainsley Bingham, Jeff McCreesh, Mark Baker, but they all got one thing in common. They all beat him, and they all stopped him. This is better from Delaney. Good work there, and he just stepped back a bit to give himself a bit of leverage. Very good at the end of the round from Delaney. The first time he's looked what he was, a very fine fighter. After his loss to Calzaghe, Delaney won a couple, beat John Duckworth, the ref stopping the fight in 4, and then Butch Leslie on points, but then he ran into Kent's Mark Baker. This was in June last year, outpointed in a grueling fight, and then came the layoff. This is his first fight back since then. Here's the end of the round, and he was looking at his best then.
Yeah, this is the old Delaney where he's throwing combinations and he's hitting the target. He's able to see what he's doing. He took a step back. He's able to see the openings and then bang, let the punches go. But now he's tied up, but that's what he wants to keep doing. Stand off.
To round 3 of this 6-rounder. First couple of rounds to Mark Delaney.
That was good. He's putting the side. I was going to say stand back off, because we see when your opponent lies on you, you take a step back, he goes off balance and bang, you're armed 2 or 3 punches home. You don't get tangled up. You try and take a wee step to the back or take a step to the side and wallop 2 or 3 punches. When you're in there and you're fighting and holding and pulling, you're scoring no punches. I'd like to see Delaney get his jab going. When he does jab now, he's very successful. Plus, it opens up all sorts of gaps for you. You're inside there, you can't see what you're doing. You know, and you're holding on, and it's messy. That's it, just a nice jab, and you're scoring points at the same time. Plus, you're working for your openings.
Is that at that moment, Delaney's not quick enough inside?
No, he seems to be very, very lethargic. He just like very lumbersome. And he's hanging on himself, and when he doesn't hang on, the punches aren't having much effect. He can't see where they're going to begin with because he's so close in. His eyes can't see where he's just throwing punches on instinct. Oh, nice wee uppercut. Peel just walked right onto that.
Yes. They're not flush, but they're hurtful punches, even though they're not hitting the center of the target. And Peel in for a hard night, but he knew that, even against a rusty Delaney.
And then they get tied up, they got a scrap as Delaney, when he gets on his bike, jabs it out, and then bangs over the odd right hand, left hook. He looks not too bad. It seems he's involved in the brawls and the inside and messing around, the head down too low, and can't see what he's doing. It becomes too messy, and he doesn't look anything like what he was 15, 18, 20 months ago. But he should have, in my opinion, being out of the ring for 15 months or not, he should have his guy earlier. He should have.
The other worrying thing for him is that when he is landing with flush, which isn't that often, Peel's taking it so well. But that was a good shot. A couple of good shots there, the left and the right follow-up. But still, Peel wants more. He's a hard man.
I think the harder you hit Peel, the less damage you do.
I've heard it all now. It's perfect Irish, but it makes perfect sense.
So in theory, just tap.
Here's the end of the round, and Delaney beginning to fire.
Yeah, he threw some good points, but somewhat over the top. The ones that did catch, it was too close for there to be any power involved. You know, he didn't do any damage at all. The one that would have done damage went over the top of the shoulders.
What one was that?
He's well ring-worn, this guy, Peel.
The face tells a story, doesn't it?
People would say to you, oh, he must be a real hard man. Look at the shape of his face. It's not him, it's the hard man, it's the boys that give it to him. They're the boys you have to watch, isn't that right?
But he must love the game. The record says it all. 4 wins, 26 losses, up against the real hard guys like Delaney here. But you can see he's got a real appetite for it. As you say, the harder you hit him, the more he wants more.
Yeah, the guy loves the game, and like boxing needs boys, I guess, because without these boys, you don't have shows in the York Hall or any hall. You need these guys for the bell. You've one on top of the bell, and all the rest are like Peel, and the boxing needs them. So I know we can have a laugh and a joke and everything else, but the guys, the boxing does need them, and they do their best, and they do love the game more so than a lot of world champions. Put it to guess, if it hit you or I would say it would be a good night for us. I wouldn't like to take one of those big haymakers anyway.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Delaney still trying to line it up to the big right. As you say, if he was jabbing a little more, he just might open up some other options.
Yeah. He's getting too involved in the inside, holding on. Stand back and jab. I can see his trainer giving instructions. I think that's what he has to do, but he's letting Peel get him tangled up, which he shouldn't be. They should be hitting him, moving and jabbing out and banging that right hand across him, banging the left hook across him. Once you jab, you make the gaps, and then you fill them with your own punches. And then he's not doing that. That was a nice combination there. 1, 2, 3. A great success.
There's Peel beginning to fray now. And Delaney clubbing him with a minute or so to go. Can he finish it here? No, he just pulled him down. But Delaney was beginning to see Peel come apart. And that was a knockdown, says Dave Paris. And no argument.
You see what I mean? He's coming in and he can't wait to get back.
Yeah.
The harder you do hit this guy, the more he tries.
Immense pride.
He's as tough as nails, twice as sharp and easy to hammer. Like Delaney, if he did things like he could, if he stands back and lets that right hand go, just get his distance of it. But he's getting too involved now. He's inside, getting tangled up. I know it's easier said than it's easier said than done. Like, but Delaney's got loads of experience. He knows exactly what to do.
It's like a fairground fight now. All right hands, very little finesse, but mighty.
Delaney did have him going in that last rounder, but he got too tangled up and too involved and too close. There was a whole lot of twos there. And there was too many twos, and he couldn't do what he wanted. But he had him going. He was hurt. Like Peel was hurt.
And the trouble is, in many ways, the success he had with the big right is going to encourage him to go more and more with the right hand and less with the jab.
Yep.
But he's got the knockdown. Into round 5, 2 to go. Mark Delaney of West Ham in front here. And Robert Peel really going through it at the end of the last round. The boy from Clonderry. Good shots from Delaney, but still Peel comes forward. The harder he gets hit, the quicker he comes forward.
You're just better giving Peel dirty looks. He might have more success. He might scare him.
Better work from Delaney. He has improved, actually, as the fight's gone on. In fact, his worst period was when after the knockdown, where he got a bit right-hand happy.
Yeah. Well, as the fight progresses, he will lose some of his rank, because there's nothing like the real McCoy. This is where you lose it all. But he's getting his timing into action now, and he's having a bit more success. His combinations are coming. When he does through them, they look good and they all land. There's a nice combination there. There's a 3-punch combination, landed bang on the target.
Peel holding him. Delaney getting frustrated. Oh, that's another good shot. And again, Peel holds up. How? Only he knows.
Delaney's cut above the left eye.
Yes, he is in an awkward place too. From Peel found the mark again, and now it's a dangerous time for Delaney. It's a cut just over the eye, the left eye. The moment the blood is pouring down, but it's in a dangerous place.
It is. It's in a bad position. Yes, in fact, it's a far worse position than Delaney's, or sorry, than Peel's.
Well, it's not one with a great deal of finesse, this fight, but it's got a lot of watchability about it.
It has its exciting times, but then they spoil that tag by getting too involved or too tangled up like they are now. There's no work being done. Delaney, with his experience, should be taking a step back and then banging him 1, 2, 3. When he lets the combinations go, he has great success with it. He's keeping that wee bit too negative.
He hurt Peel again there, but still Peel takes it so well.
And what you tend to see when fighters get tired is they all head hunt. There's very few go for the body. It's all head punches, and the head's the hardest target to hit on the body.
He has shipped some punishment here, Peel, but still throws on himself. It's pure instinct that's keeping him going.
He's a tough, strong boy, Peel.
Big round for Delaney, and strong support for both men as they go back to their chairs here, and no wonder. There's been a lot of guts and a lot of work.
We're all loving this fight because there's been some good punches. So when they're inside, they're brawling and punching and holding and stuff. The crowd are loving it. Like, but plus the fact is Delaney's well known in these parts, and everybody loves him. So the crowd are behind him, but also behind Peel as well. So everybody's getting excited at the fighter that they want to see winning. And when they throw a punch there, you think, listen to the crowd and hold, it was a great punch. You say it wasn't that good after all, but it's just everybody getting behind their fighter.
On the 10 seconds.
It adds to the atmosphere and the ambience. Big word there. Yeah.
Terrific.
And last round.
No books in front of you. Last round. Third trip it is for Robert Peel here to the York Hall. First one, he outpointed Dave Larkin in '95. It was his last win 3 years ago, but he came back then after, in '93, he'd been KO'd in one round by a certain Adrian Dodson. And what a disappointing night it's been for Adrian. If you've just tuned in, Adrian Dodson losing in his attempt to win the IBO World Middleweight title. Stopped in the 11th. They seem to have stemmed the flow of blood over Delaney's left eye.
Peel uses all the old tactics, holding the ropes and stuff, you know, all these, that comes with experience, like, it annoys your opponent and everything else. He knows all the wee tricks of the trade. Holding in round the neck and stuff and leaning on your opponent. Like, Peel knows them all, I'll tell you.
Just a minute and a half to go, and it's been hard at times, brutal. And Delaney knows the kind of work he's got to do now if he's to get back to where he was before, because there's no doubt that maybe a couple of years ago he would have put Peel away pretty early on.
Oh, I agree now, yeah, with you entirely, yes, because the long layoff, the ring rustiness, your age, all can tend to affect too. He's just not the force that he was. I know it's not a nice thing to say about any fighter because you have to give guys guts, or give guys credit to get in there because they've got guts, but you're better people being honest than telling, being economical with the truth. But I think Delaney's best days are behind him.
We're not saying that it's necessarily so that he won't be what he was, but he's going to have to do an awful lot of work.
Well, maybe I was doing it, but I personally think he's not the same fighter that I watched 2 years ago, but he'll still be there, I'm sure, for a while yet. But I don't think he'll reach the type stakes that he once hit. You know, I know it's maybe harsh, but when Delaney looks at the fighter he hit himself, you'll be able to see he made hard work of a very, very, very ordinary opponent. He wouldn't have been allowed in the same ring as him 2 or 3 years ago.
Last few seconds then. It's Delaney's fight, no doubt about that. But it's been harder than before. That's the end. And Delaney's going to win it on points. And good to see Robert Peel applaud. So win number 24 for Mark Delaney. It's been a hard night for Robert Peel. His 27th loss, and a few would have come more painfully than that, but all credit to him. He kept his head up, he kept going forward, non-stop. And let's see what the future holds for Mark Delaney, but we know that he's got to step up on that performance if he's going to advance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 sensational rounds of boxing, the referee has scored the contest for Peel 53 points, for Delaney 60 points. Your winner,